Hey, I wanted to talk to you about a specific idea today. So, first, I have a couple questions. What would happen if you actually listened to your body, even in the smallest ways? And what if self trust wasn't something that you had to earn, but something that you rebuild moment by moment? So many people that I work with, myself, even before working with this, and it's something that is an ever growing journey, in all honesty. Having the self trust of knowing when to make different decisions, knowing when to choose one thing or another, knowing what is intuitively right for yourself. And if building your intuition is something that's on your list of things that you're like, I really want to do this as it's mine, you have to first start with self trust. Most of us do not have a lot of self trust. We've broken it down over the years. Every time that you say yes when you really mean no, every time that you commit to something that you really don't want to do, every time you feel the sensation in your body of feeling hungry and you don't eat, every time you experience feeling tiredness or exhaustion, not due to, due to anything, you don't rest or you don't sleep or you don't take a break, those are reinforcing in a negative feedback loop, not trusting yourself. So, how can we move forward in life and grow in the ways that we want to grow and live the life that we feel like we were destined to live if our body doesn't trust us? And that's a pretty big question. We tend to lose ourselves over time. We live in a world with systems that teach us to override our own signals, right? Think of the days that you've been at work and you're working on a project or working with someone or whatever it is, and you realize it's 6 o'clock and you haven't eaten anything. Or the days that you've made it that same 8 to 10 hours and you say, I don't think that I've gone to use the restroom at all today. And it's that hustle, the fact that our society values productivity instead of quality of life, honestly. So before we can really follow our intuition or our inner voice or live in alignment, we have to even believe our own signals and believe that they matter. So that's what self-trust is recognizing the signals and taking action. So responding to your internal cues with respect. That's a great way to define self-trust. Knowing that there are things that you have to do out of obligation, right? You have to go to work. If you have a job where you go to work, you have to spend time with your friends and family. Like you have to do a lot of things in order to maintain life. So I'm not saying shirk all those responsibilities and say, no, I'm tired. I have to sleep for the rest of the week. But not for nothing, you might need to. If you haven't given yourself the rest, given yourself the breaks that are required for your body and mind to optimally function, you're going to experience a lot of burnout and a lot of dread and just exhaustion. So, some examples, kind of I mentioned it before, eat when you're hungry instead of waiting. If you wake up in the morning and you're like, I am hungry right now, find something to eat. Listen to your body. That's a small checkbox. So I ate when I was hungry. Checkbox. You want to get yourself in that positive feedback loop where your body is like, okay, she does trust what I say. And then a little bit later, maybe it's like, you feel thirsty. And we already know that if you feel thirsty, you are actually dehydrated. So you want to stay hydrated throughout the day and give your body the water that it needs to live and survive. And when your body feels tired, even if you're like, oh, I told this person or I have this commitment, I have this thing, truly very few things are actually required or pressing. We just live in a society that tells us we have to keep going and go, 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 go. Rest, even if it's for 10 minutes, even if you just turn your phone off, turn the lights off, lay down and just breathe. and focus on breathing for 10 minutes. That will give your body a little bit of rest, and your body so desperately wants it. Along the lines of commitments, say no, even if it disappoints someone sometimes. You're going to disappoint people. I'm so sorry to tell you that. You're going to disappoint people. It's better to disappoint people than disappoint yourself. It's better to disappoint people than to disappoint yourself. I forgot the prepositional word. So when you disappoint others, they have their own systems and tools that they need to figure out to get through that and be like, well, I understand this person has their own things going on, etc. But it's your responsibility to take care of you. They're not going to just instinctively do it because it's your job. When you feel discomfort around making a change, you will feel it because you're going against the grain. You're going against what you're used to doing at this point. So the best thing to do is to do it anyway and notice the relief that comes after. You'll feel it in your body. And it's not always comfortable, but the relief that follows is your compass recalibrating and recognizing, okay, she listened. Maybe she'll listen next time. So I want to give you a couple micro practices to help building self-trust. So these are pretty low stakes actions, but you will start building the self-trust muscle. Think of it like, can you run a marathon right now? If you can, congratulations, but it's probably because you've practiced. So I, for one, could not run a marathon right now. Does it mean I can never run a marathon? No, I just have to practice and work on the muscle. So first, I want you to eat when you're hungry. Even if it feels too early or too much, or it's not the right this or it's not the right that, just give your body some sustenance. Then I want you to pause when you're tired. Like I said before, take a rest, take a breather, even if it's just a 5-minute stretch or you focus on your breath for 5 minutes. Next, say no when you feel that inner pullback. Okay? Like when you're like, hey, can you come do X, Y, and Z for me? But you already have a packed schedule and you're already doing so much for so many people. That's your time to do for yourself and say, I don't think I can do that right now. I'm really sorry. And you don't have to explain yourself. You can just say, I'm unable to do that. And notice how your body feels after you do it. That's how you know that you've done it right. And then finally, ask what would bring relief right now. Sit with yourself, sit with your body, and be curious. What do I need right now? What would bring me relief? What would give me that sensation? And do it. Every time you choose yourself, every single time that you choose yourself, you're taking a penny out of the as the self not trust. This is so hard for some reason. I'm going to have to edit this. You're taking a penny out of the I don't trust myself bucket and putting it into the I trust myself bucket. So you're slowly going to be filling this other bucket up. You're casting a vote for self-trust every time. So following your body's yeses and following your body's no's helps you create momentum. So when you listen and respond to your needs, the better that you feel. And when you feel better, you take better actions. That's the cycle of the loop. When I listen and respond appropriately, I feel better. When I feel better, my actions reflect. So that way you get yourself in this like positive feedback loop. And you don't have to have it all figured out. This is not an overnight process. However old you are, it's taken you this many years to get to this level of not trusting yourself. Building it up is going to take some time, and that's okay. And so I just want to close with this. This is a journey, okay? There's no ultimate finish line. There's no ultimate best version of myself. There's no ultimate like, this is me stepping into my final power. No, this is like the never-ending game where we're just constantly leveling up and leveling up and leveling up. So try noticing just one moment today where your body or heart speaks to you. And then choose to trust that moment. Your body already knows how to rebuild trust. You just have to stop interrupting it. So I'm super glad that you joined me today. And once you start trusting your own signals, something magical happens and you begin to hear your intuition. And we're going to go into that next. Thank you so much for joining. Again, like, subscribe, comment, share. And this is Leah signing off. Thanks.